Michelle Walker Wade here with another Get Mobilized moment. And today I want to talk specifically to entrepreneurs who have been in it, who've tried it, who've spent time, invested money and energy and all their thoughts and stuff into an entrepreneurial idea. I just want to encourage you for one. And that's really what I want to encourage you. And then I want to share some information with you. I have talked to, in the last 3 months, I've talked to like 5 different entrepreneurs who have been in it, in entrepreneurship for quite some time. And they're all just exhausted. They're exhausted and they're making the gross revenues. The gross revenues are there, but by the time they calculate all their expenses, their taxes, their payroll, and workers' comp, they're not making enough money to make entrepreneurship worth their time. And of the 5 that I've talked to in the last couple of months, only 2 of them are still full-time working on their business, but both of them are actually looking and considering taking full-time employment and discontinuing their entrepreneurial endeavors just because they can't do it anymore. They're just tired, exhausted, and it's not bringing in the net revenues that they need. So what I'm hearing and from so many people, and I can attest to it, their businesses may be grossing $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 or more, and then by the time they take their taxes, now remember, if you're a 1099, if you're a sole proprietor, you're taxed at the highest rate. You get to deduct all your expenses and then you're taxed, but the tax rate, it's not good for sole proprietors. The taxes just really rape quite a bit of your money. So I wanted to share. What I want to say is, don't give up on entrepreneurship, but you may need to start again. You may need to take a break, just work for someone, which is what the 3 entrepreneurs who are no longer working for themselves, who are working for another business, they're just taking a break. Working for someone else on payroll, and they're feeling a sense of relief. I don't want those people to give up on entrepreneurship, but I do agree with them taking a break and getting their personal finances in order and just taking a break, whatever that means to you, taking a break. While, however, they take the break, and even if you're in the same circumstance and situation, if you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to just go and work for someone else for a minute while you kind of regroup, do that. But just don't get comfortable there, because once you're an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur. You're gonna always want that having of your own and being able to do it yourself, or not do it yourself, but do it your own way and have your own business. And then also, when done correctly, the financial rewards of being self-employed not being self-employed. The financial rewards of owning your own business do outweigh the financial rewards of working for someone else. I think what we need to do is kind of come up with a way that we separate just plain entrepreneurship and owning a business, owning my own business. I run my own business, to really true business ownership, really true business ownership, like owner of a process. Okay. I started to say this a little bit earlier, but I'm seeing people who are making, grossing $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, and then by the time they calculate all their expenses, their payroll, their taxes, and all of that, they're netting $50,000 to $60,000 a year. And most of us can make $50,000 or $60,000 a year working for, at least in California, working for someone else. And then you don't have all the extra added burden from it. So if your business model cannot net you more than $50,000 to $60,000 a year, it may not be worth it to be in your own business. you might just be better off working for someone else until you can come up with a business model that will net you more than $60,000 a year. In California, $60,000 a year is nothing. So I wanted to share two things with you. So while you are on your break time, your reprieve from being an entrepreneur, I want you to not lose sight of entrepreneurship, but instead I want you to take that time while you maybe are working for someone else. Take that time to strategize and plan for your next entrepreneurial endeavor, so that you can run your next business almost as if you were an investor, and instead of being so strongly involved in the business, you want to figure out a way to pull yourself out of all of the processes, pull your hands out of all of the process, not all of the process, but many of the grunt of the process, which that involves strategizing, that involves finding the right people to network with, that involves perhaps finding the right investors, that involves coming up with processes. How can I make a standard process out of this? One thing I want you to do, I want you to listen to this audio CD. I have two I want to recommend to you. The first one is How to Find Great Investments by Robert Kiyosaki. And you probably have heard of him, and you're probably thinking, oh, that's the real estate guy. And so because he is into real estate, I can't gain anything from him. His business product is real estate, but the strategies will apply to any business. If you can hear his strategies and his mindset about how to do things and how to think about things, how to find things, and how to strategize, you can get something out of this. In this particular one, How to Find Great Investments by Rich Dad, it's on Rich Dad Education. It's a conversation between Robert Kiyosaki, Sharon Lecter, and Kim Kiyosaki. And so the other two ladies aren't only talking about real estate, they are talking about another business product. But like I said, the strategy is what you're listening for. So if real estate's not your thing, I'm not trying to encourage you to get in real estate, and I wouldn't even suggest that you get into real estate unless that is your thing, okay? And if you listen to this audio CD, you will kind of hear what I'm speaking of. But whatever is your business product idea, what you need is strategy, and you need a way to plan, and you need a new way to think about it, okay? So use that as help. And then the other book, this one's an audio CD, which you can listen while you're in traffic. Use your time wisely. If you drive a lot, listen to something that will help you and learn some things. The other thing I want to recommend is this book called The 4-Hour Workweek. And this is by Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is an entrepreneur who tried many business models and products, and then he finally came up with something that he's able to just kind of continue on with. But he has strategies in here. He's also telling you his story. He's talking very, very candidly, kind of like no hold back kind of a conversation. It's a very good book. So read it, and to hear his strategy, his thinking, his experiences, what he learned from his experiences, and how he's then applied them. Don't give up on being an entrepreneur. You just need to think of a different strategy, a different plan, a different way to roll it out. You've got to think of ways to make processes out of things that don't involve your two hands in everything. Listen to this and read this, and you'll see, really, at the end of the day, when you're going to talk about being a really successful entrepreneur, where you're able to run a business and still keep your life and still have your work-life balance in check, you want to look at these, listen to their strategies. And I even sometimes on my channel read sections out of this book and just share a little bit, and you'll see some of those in the coming weeks where I'll share some more. But just, entrepreneurs, be encouraged. Entrepreneurs, don't give up. But entrepreneurs, be smart and be wise. Know when it's time to take a break, okay? But your break doesn't mean you quit. It means you're taking a break. You are rethinking your processes. You're putting some processes in. You're learning some new strategies. Then when you're ready to, and you're making some money so that you can have something to launch your next business with, and learning how to find investors to work with you. All of that. Listen and read and listen, learn some stuff, take a break, pay your bills, and spend some time with the people who you love. All right? This has been Michelle Walker Wade with another Get Mobilized moment, and I want you to prepare to do well. That's what I'm talking about. Prepare to do well and get mobilized. Have a